Hi, in this video I will be discussing one of the skills needed to answer CXC's CSEC General Mathematics question 1, arithmetic with fractions. So before we go on, we should bear in mind the order of operations. What we commonly call BODMAS. BODMAS stands for brackets of, word for multiplication, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Division and subtraction can be performed at the same time, but from left to right, and the same for addition, left to right, and you will not go wrong. All right, there are other synonyms. There are PEMDAS, that includes the exponents, but we just need BODMAS for today's video. So putting that aside, let's do some worked examples. This first one is subtraction and addition. We are going to do left to right because we can work these immediately, right? So let's first change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. 3 5s are 15, plus 1 is 16, minus 2 4s are 8 and 1 is 9, plus 1 2 is 2 and 1 is 3. And now we can find the LCM of 5 4 and 20, which is going to be 5 4 and 2, sorry, which is going to be 20. I did it in my head. So I'm going to put everything on a common denominator. 5 into 24, 4 16s are 64, minus 4 into 25, 5 9s are 45, plus 2 into 20, 10, 10 3s are 30, go across, 64 plus 30 is 94, minus 45, or maybe I should have done the go left or right like I said. All right, let's do it like that. So 64 minus 45, 5 from 4 cannot, I get 5 here, 5 from 14 9, 4 from 5 is 1, so it will end up being 19 plus 30 over 20, which is 49 over 20, which is 2, and 9 over 20. Right. Our second question has division and multiplication only. So again, we will go like the order of operations and go from left to right, right? Working left to right. So again, let's change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. 3 5s are 15 and 2 is 17, divided by 8 over 15 multiplied by 4 over 5. When we divide fractions, remember we invert and multiply the second fraction. So let's put multiplication there and inverting using the reciprocal. We'll get 15 over 8 multiplied by 4, 5. At this point, we have multiplication throughout, so let's cancel out common terms. So 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 8, 2, 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 15, 3, 17, 3, 2, 5, nothing else can be cancelled out, no more common factors, so 17 3s are 51, and 2 5s are 10. So we can write that as 5 and 1/10. All right, so these first two examples, we wanted to show you all how we do the division and multiplication left to right and the addition and subtraction left to right. However, these are not generally how these questions come. These are the basic ones. All right, in this example, we have addition and multiplication. BODMAS tells us that we have to do the multiplication first. So we must work out this part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring down my half and let's multiply. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 4, 2. So I'm left with 1/10. A half plus 1/10. Well, a half is 5/10. So we can just add them together. We will get 6/10. All right. So in all of these, the first thing you want to do is realize, okay, using BODMAS, what should I do first? So example 4, 4/5 minus 3/10 divided by a half. What do we do first? We have to do the division first. So I'm going to bring down my 4/5 because I'm not working with that as yet. Bring down my negative sign and let's work out the division. Division, as we said before, we have to invert and multiply. So I change division to multiplication and I use the reciprocal of a half, which is 2/1. Now I cancel out the common terms. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 10, 5. So I'm going to get 4/5 minus 3 by 1 is 3. 5 by 1 is 5. 4/5 minus 3/5 is 1/5. So as I said, these are some really easy examples to ease us into the type that we will see for CXC. All right, so this last question brings in the brackets with it. So we have 7/10 divided by this entire thing inside the brackets. We know we have to do brackets first because BODMAS tells us we have to do brackets first. So, but when we look into the bracket, we see that we have addition and multiplication in the bracket. So even though we're doing the bracket first, we still have to decide which part of the bracket to do first. So I'm bringing down my 7/10, my division. I am keeping my bracket open because until I get one number in that bracket to divide the 7/10 by, I want to keep everything very clear what I'm doing. So in the bracket, I need to work with that multiplication first. So this is going to be 2/5 plus, and I'm going to cancel out one time. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 15, 5. Nothing else can cancel out. So we get 4 by 1 for the numerator is 4 and 5 by 5 for the denominator, which is 25. So this is 7/10 divided. And now let's do the addition. 5 5s are 25. So I can find an equivalent fraction here. It's a very easy way to do fractions. So 5 5s are 25. And if multiply by 25 below, then I have to multiply by 5 on top. 2 5s are 10. So what I will have is 7/10 divided by 14/25. Notice I have dropped the brackets because I now have one fraction inside the bracket, so I don't need it. I don't need it to separate the order of operations, right? I know at this point all I'm doing is division. So let us multiply and use the reciprocal. 25/14. Cancel out. 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 14, 2. 5 into 10, 2. 5 into 25, 5. So our final answer, numerator is 5. Denominator is 2 by 2, which is 4. We can leave it as an improper fraction, or we can write it as a mixed number, which will be 1 1/4.